Good evening, Corvallis, and welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Beaver News. We're glad to have you with us. I'm Courtney Cossette.
And I'm Anthony Brost. Although it has been open for classes for several weeks now, the official grand opening of the Linus Pauling Science Center will be this Friday, October 14th, with activities planned for the whole day. Named after the two-time Nobel laureate and 1922 Oregon State University graduate, Linus Pauling, the $62.5 million center is home to the Linus Pauling Institute and to the chemistry department in the College of Science. According to the university, starting at 1 p.m., the center will be open for tours and sampling from Ava's Cafe, located on the ground floor. With the dedication ceremony to start at 3 p.m., speakers for the dedication include Linus Pauling's son, Linus Pauling Jr., as well as Edward J. Ray, the Oregon State University president, Sherman Bloomer, the Dean of College of Science, Balls Frey, the director of Linus Pauling Institute, and Patricia J. Reeser, an OSU class of 1960 graduate, as well as the OSU Foundation trustee and co-chair of the campaign for OSU. Self-guided tours will also be available on Saturday.
Gordon Smith, a former U.S. Senator and the current president of the National Association of Broadcasters, will be holding a conference this week in Withacombe Hall. Gordon, a native Oregonian, was born in Eastern Oregon, where he was raised before attending Brigham Young University and Southwestern University School of Law. Gordon, a Republican, served in the Oregon State Senate, including one session as the president of Oregon's Senate in 1995, prior to the election of the U.S. Senate, where he served for 2 terms. On September 18th of 2009, Gordon was appointed the presidency of the National Association of Broadcasters. Oregon State University will welcome Gordon on Friday afternoon.
If you're big on taking vitamins and supplement pills in order to obtain full nutrients, you might want to think again. According to David Stotch of the Daily Barometer, scientists in the Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University conducted a study to determine, quote, determine whether some of the healthy compounds found in crustaceous vegetables can be easily obtained through supplements, end quote. With the study determining that the nutrients from vitamins alone are not enough, in order to obtain the important benefits of these vegetables, it is necessary to consume the whole food and be careful with how you cook it. Staunch interviewed Emily Ho, an Oregon State Associate Professor in the OSU School of Biological and Population Health Sciences, with Ho stating, quote, if broccoli is cooked until it's soft and mushy, its health value plummets. However, it can still be lightly cooked for 2 or 3 minutes or steamed until it's a little crunchy and remade adequate levels of the necessary enzyme, end quote.
Campus Crest, a new housing development projected to consist of a total of 296 student apartments by 2014, has caused some conflict, according to Camille Jacobson Ingram of the Daily Barometer. This complex will cover 26 to 28 acres of wetland on the western side of Circle Boulevard. Friends of Witham Oaks have expressed their opposition to this development, with the concern over the environmental damage that would occur over the 90-acre building site and the unique habitat that would undergo extreme damage during development. Jason Chudoba, Senior Account Executive, spoke on behalf of Ted Rollins, CEO of Campus Crest Communities, saying, quote, the student housing inventory has not kept pace with the continued growth of Oregon State University. Our project can help meet this need and alleviate the influx of students finding residency in the existing residential neighborhoods and traditional apartment complexes, end quote. Rollins also stated that their design team will work to preserve and protect the most sensitive ecological areas of the site through careful siting of the development that avoids the wetlands and the hillside, and by preserving the most desirable grove trees.
This coming Thursday, October 13th, Oregon State professor and critically acclaimed writer Tracy Daughtry will be reading from his new book titled Just One Catch. This event will take place at the Oregon State Valley Library in the main rotunda at 7:30 p.m. After the reading, a book signing will also take place. In his novel, Just One Catch, Daughtry quotes Trace's famed American author Joseph Heller's life and form his early days as Coney Island kid and the son of Russian immigrants, to his growth as a major 20th century American writer and author of the influential novel, end quote. Daughtry's work includes 4 short story collections, a book of personal essays, and 4 novels. His biography was named one of Publisher Weekly's 2011 top summer books. Daughtry also holds the title of Distinguished Professor of English and Creative Writing at Oregon State University. We're going to take a short break, but when we return, more local stories right here on KBVR.
No, what'd she say?
She said whatever.
No, she says that all the time.
What's that?
Hello? I'm on the phone. Mom, I'm on the phone! Hello? I'm on the phone.
Who's this? It's me. I'm on the phone. Mom.
Oh, you're on the phone.
All right.
Sorry.
Sorry. Anyway.
Who are you talking to? Kelly?
Mom.
All right.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
I got no pulse, so losing him.
Charging. He's in VFib.
Shock him.
Drives it real all the time. Just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
You're just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. He'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shock him.
Horseradish. Is that for horses? Remember me, Mr. Lobster? From last Tuesday? Banana. 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 Here comes the rain. We need a hat. And why do we need a hat? Hey, John. That's right.
When you talk with your child, you build vocabulary, and learning starts long before school does. For more tips, go to bornlearning.org.
Hair loss. Now this rash on my face, what's going on?
For answers, ask your doctor the right question.
Could I have lupus?
Sir, are you okay?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this, so why ignore the signs of a stroke? Call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost.
G-morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. You up? What'd you dream about? Me? JK. Text me back. I'll keep texting till you wake up. Are your parents home later? Is this something I did? Exclamation point, question mark? This isn't a joke. Hello? Text me.
I'm Jeremy Call, and I made suction tires. I used a rivet gun to connect the suction cups, and then I just connected it to the tire.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your invention at inventnow.org.
3 out of 4 kids are not as secure as they should be because their car seats are not used correctly. But the latch system makes it easier to get it right and to hold your kids tight. Anchor, tether, latch. Learn more at safercar.gov.
So you can't save money? It's easy as pie. Drink from the tap. A $3 bottle of water a day times 10 years times 6% interest is over 14,000 clams. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feedthepig.org.
I remember how much you said you liked wine.
Oh.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
When you open a book, you can explore new lands, make new friends, and discover new adventures. There are amazing possibilities when you open your mind to reading. Explore new worlds. Read.
Welcome back to the Beaver News on Channel 26. The last time our Beaver football team went against BYU's Cougars was in the 2009 Vegas Bowl when BYU snapped Oregon State's 5-game bowl winning streak, according to Warner Strasburg of the Daily Barometer. The 2009 Las Vegas Bowl is not the only thing these two teams have in common, however. BYU head coach Bronco Mendenhall was a safety at Oregon State back in 1986 and 1987. Was also the assistant coach for Beavers in 1989 and 1990, as well as defensive line coach in 1995 and defensive coordinator in 1996. This coming Saturday, Research Stadium will host these two familiar teams, giving OSU a chance to settle the score.
If you are a student that enjoys singing in the choir but doesn't have time or money to enroll at choral program at Oregon State, you're in luck. According to Gwen Shaw of the Daily Barometer, University Choral is, quote, a non-addition co-ed chorus that meets Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 1 to 2 in 204 Benton Hall, end quote. This choir is conducted by a group of graduate students and a professor present for all group meetings. Director of Choral Studies at Oregon State University, Dr. Stephen Zilke, said, quote, students like it because it is the lowest commitment choir we have, end quote. The University Choir will be performing on Friday, December 2nd at 12 p.m. at United Methodist Church in Corvallis. They will be singing a series of holiday songs along with the Corvallis Community Choir.
Federal authorities are accusing a 35-year-old Florida man of hacking into computer accounts and other devices belonging to more than 50 people, including entertainers Scarlett Johansson, Christina Aguilera, Mila Kunis, and Renee Olstead, according to CNN. Authorities say Christopher Cheney of Jacksonville, Florida, got passwords by monitoring sites that celebrities often use. He has been accused of hacking into personal email accounts and is charged with assessing protected computer and identity theft. The FBI's Los Angeles office said Cheney was arrested as part of Operation Hackerazzi, which looked into computer intrusions targeting individuals associated with the entertainment industry. We are heading into another quick break, but don't go anywhere because we have more of your national stories coming up, including one about the looming NBA lockout and more.
You say?
She said whatever.
No, she says that all the time.
What's that?
Hello? I'm on the phone. Mom, I'm on the phone! Hello? I'm on the phone.
Who's this? It's me. I'm on the phone. Mom.
Oh, you're on the phone.
All right. Sorry. Anyway.
Who are you talking to? Kelly?
Mom.
All right.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
I got no pulse, so losing him.
Sergeant, he's in VFib.
Shock him.
Drives it real all the time. We just had a few drinks. This can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
We're just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right. This isn't happening. He'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving.
Clear.
Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shock him.
Horseradish. Is that for horses? Remember me, Mr. Lobster? From last Tuesday? Banana. 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 Here comes the rain. We need a hat. And why do we need a hat? They got. That's right.
When you talk with your child, you build vocabulary, and learning starts long before school does. For more tips, go to bornlearning.org.
Hair loss. Now this rash on my face. What's going on?
For answers, ask your doctor the right question.
Could I have lupus?
Sir, are you okay?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this, so why ignore the signs of a stroke? Call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost.
Welcome back to the news on KBVR. In early July, in the NBA League, owners threatened to begin a lockout of its players due to the dispute of the new labor agreement between players and owners on Tuesday. NBA Commissioner David Stern announced that the first 2 weeks of the NBA's regular season would be canceled due to this continued disagreement. He also added there would have been no further talks about scheduling for later in the season. According to Stern, quote, the league lost as much as $300 million in the 2010-11 season, end quote, and that the 30 owners are seeking cost-cutting help from the players in order to make the next season more profitable than the last. The NBA canceled its preseason less than a week ago, costing them $200 million in revenue.
This morning, millions of BlackBerry users remained without service as a 3-day network outage spread to North America. causing massive frustrations for people who rely on these smartphones, CNN reports. Research in Motion, maker of BlackBerry smartphones, said in a statement that the outage now impacts people on nearly every continent, and they are working around the clock to try to fix the problem. The service outage started on Monday with customers in the Middle East, Europe, and Africa before spreading to South America and Asia on Tuesday. On Wednesday morning, it appeared to hit both the United States and Canada as well. The outage appears to primarily affect text messaging and internet access from the mobile phones, though not necessarily their ability to place calls. Customers say the outage has disrupted both their personal and business lives.
The trial for the so-called Merchant of Death, Victor Bao, began yesterday in New York. According to CNN, Bao is facing numerous charges, including conspiracy to kill Americans, attempting to sell arms to undercover federal agents, wire fraud, and violating UN Security Council sanctions. Bao's alleged life of crime was inspiration for the 2005 Nicolas Cage film, Lord of War, with Douglas Farah, a national security consultant who wrote a book on Bao, saying he unquestionably made some of the worst wars of the 20th century and early 21st century much worse than they would have been, end quote. The Bao's lawyer, Albert Y. Dayan, contends that his client is innocent of arms dealing, a fact he believes he will make evident at trial. Bao has previously pleaded not guilty on all counts, believing the trial will be nothing more than a witch hunt.
Gay rights activist Frank Kameny died Tuesday night at the age of 86. Kameny, who served in World War II, fought against the Army's policy of discharging homosexuals. Kameny had been discharged from the Army in 1957 for being gay and led a demonstration at the Pentagon in 1965. Kameny was a leader in tactics such as public demonstrations, going on the attack against the Civil Service Commission for its policy of firing homosexuals, and spearheading an effort to get the homophile movement to take the position that homosexuality was not a mental illness but was actually on par with heterosexuality. In 1968, he got the only existing National Association of Gay Rights Organizations to adopt as its slogan a phrase that Kameny had coined, "Gay is good." According to Kameny's sister, he died peacefully of natural causes.
California Governor Jerry Brown has vetoed a bill that would make it illegal for police in that state from conducting warrantless searches of cell phones of people under arrest. According to CNN, in a statement released by Brown, he justifies this veto by saying, quote, "This measure would overturn a Californian Supreme Court decision that held police officers can lawfully search the cell phones of people who they arrest. The courts are better suited to resolve the complex and case-specific issues related to constitutional search and seizure protections," end quote. California legislators will now need to wait a year before introducing new legislation regarding this issue. This bill was sponsored by California Senator Mark Leno, who responded to Brown's decision by saying, quote, "This veto is very unfortunate. The message from the governor was rather incoherent. When you consider all the information that is accessible on one smartphone, if that same information was contained anywhere else, police would need a warrant to search for it. So it makes no sense to carve out a legal exception for smartphone services."
Peanut butter medicine is giving hope to those helping the malnourished children of Haiti. Peanut butter medicine, or therapeutic food, is a ready-to-eat paste packed with nutritious ingredients that over a period of weeks gives a jolt to the system and puts children back on track. Made by a U.S.-based nonprofit called Meds and Food for Kids, it's one of the several brands of ready-to-use therapeutic foods that is saving the lives of these children. In Haiti, 1 in 10 children is acutely malnourished. This ready-to-eat packaged food is also benefiting local farmers. Rather than simply importing Medica Mamba, the organization makes the product in Haiti and works with local farmers buying their peanuts and teaching them how to improve their yields. We are going to take one more short break, but we'll return with your international stories for the evening, so stay tuned.
G-morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. You up? What'd you dream about? Me? JK.
Text me back.
I'll keep texting till you wake up. Are your parents home later? Is this something I did? Exclamation point, huge fight right This now. Isn't a joke. Hello? Text me.
I'm Jeremy Call, and I made suction tires. I used a rivet gun to connect the suction cups, and then I just connected it to the tire.
Anything's possible. Keep thinking. Get started on your invention at inventnow.org.
3 out of 4 kids are not as secure as they should be because their car seats are not used correctly. But the latch system makes it easier to get it right and to hold your kids tight. Anchor, tether, latch. Learn more at safercar.gov.
So you can't save money? It's easy as pie. Drink from the tap. A $3 bottle of water a day times 10 years times 6% interest is over 14,000 clams. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feedthepig.org.
I remember how much you said you liked mine.
Oh.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
When you open a book, you can explore new lands, make new friends, and discover new adventures. There are amazing possibilities when you open your mind to reading. Explore new worlds. Read.
Welcome back to your news live on KBVR. A Syrian-born but naturalized American citizen was held in custody Wednesday after he was charged for allegedly spying on Syrian protesters in the United States, reports CNN. The Justice Department said 47-year-old Mohammed Anas Hitham Seaweed is charged with conspiring to act and acting as an agent of the Syrian government in the United States without notifying the Attorney General as required by law. 2 counts of providing false statements on a firearms purchase form and 2 counts of providing false statements to federal law enforcement. Prosecutor Dennis Fitzpatrick told the judge that Seaweed was a flight risk. He is ordered to be held until Friday when there will be a detention hearing.
According to CNN, 3 United Nations peacekeepers were killed Monday evening in an ambush at a campsite for displaced people in Sudan, Darfur's region. Of the 3 killed, 2 were soldiers and 1 was a police advisor for the joint UN and African Union mission in the region. There were also 6 other peacekeepers injured during this incident. At the time of the attack, there was a security unit on patrol and one of the assailants was also killed. With 20,000 authorized troops in the area, the Darfur peacekeeping mission is the largest in the world, and all 33 peacekeepers have been killed since the mission began in 2008. At this time, the reason for the attack remains unclear.
The parents of Gilad Shalit, the Israeli soldier held captive by Hamas for more than 5 years, left their protest tent outside Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office Wednesday, thanking their supporters before heading home. Netanyahu said a deal had been made to free him in exchange for more than 1,000 Palestinian prisoners. Shalit, an Israeli soldier, was captured in June of 2006 by Palestinian militants. Shalit is expected to return to Israel within a few days. Netanyahu said Tuesday night before the cabinet voted in emergency session 26-3 in support of the swap. Netanyahu also stated on Tuesday that the government would, quote, return Gilad healthy and whole to his family and all of Israel.
Millions have been affected by the flooding in Thailand and Cambodia, which has been caused by an above-average monsoon season that most of Southeast Asia. CNN is reporting that as of Monday, 269 people were dead in Thailand and 4 went missing, and that another 207 people were dead in Cambodia. Officials in Thailand have been trying to increase the flood protection around the nation's capital, but according to the state-run news agency MCOT, the government needs about 1.5 million more sandbags. The government is asking private citizens to help supply some of the sandbags, but has pledged to purchase those still needed by Wednesday. CNN meteorologist Brandon Miller expects more rain from tropical storms to hit the area tonight and tomorrow.
Hurricane Jova was downgraded to Tropical Storm Jova after it made landfall in Manzanillo, Mexico on Wednesday, but it still managed plenty of damage with heavy wind and rain. According to CNN, 1,400 people were forced to shelters while some remained trapped on rooftops. With wind speeds as high as 50 miles per hour and some roads flooded with water as deep as a meter, the National Hurricane Center still lists Jova as a major threat, but expects the storm to have run its course by Friday. The Mexican government is reporting that even with the flooding, all of Manzanillo's 36 shelters are operating as usual. At 2 p.m. Eastern today, Jova's center was about 30 miles northeast of Puerto Vallarta and heading north at about 7 miles per hour.
On Monday, a crew of Italian ships were seized by pirates, but according to CNN, the crew was freed yesterday, quote, thanks to an operation by U.S. and British troops working with the Italian military, end quote. In all, there were 11 pirates involved in the hijacking of the ship, Monte Cristo, and they surrounded to troops operating under NATO's Operation Shield. Thankfully, all the crew members of the ship were returned safely. According to the IMB, quote, there have been 24 successful hijackings this year to date and 194 incidents, end quote. Though that indicates an increase in total hijackings from the previous year, the number of successful hijackings has gone down. That's all the news we have for you tonight. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 7 o'clock for more local, national, and international news right here on KBVR.